What rule did your parents enforce that made the FBI come looking for them? My mom had 2 rules that she drilled into me since I was 8 years old. Never mention dad to anyone. Never use our real last name. Your dad was a bad man, an evil man. If he finds you, he'll hurt us both, she'd tell me. It confused me because he always seemed friendly. But now, because of him, we were constantly on the run, moving to a new school every year, using a new name, wearing a new personality to match. When I was a bit older, Mom explained in detail how dad was in prison for armed robbery, had a family with ties to the cartel, how Mom testified against them, and was now stuck in witness protection. It destroyed my social life and made me really hate him. That is, until the real truth came out. I secretly made a fake Instagram account at the school library, just to see what normal kids' lives looked like. While I was scrolling through photos of old friends and classmates, I got a message from an account with no picture. Is your mom's name Angeline? My heart stopped. I almost deleted everything right there, but something made me respond. Who are you? I'm your dad. Prove it, I said confidently. When the stranger actually sent me evidence, I felt the entire room spin. According to Mom, Dad was in prison, but this person claiming to be him managed to send photos I'd never seen before. Me as a baby in his arms, my birth certificate with a completely different last name, private investigator reports showing he'd been searching for us for 8 years, and not a single arrest record. I kept it a secret from Mom. Came home acting normal, only to spend time at the library computers again the next day, chatting with him. We started having weekly video calls, explaining things little by little. Your mom took you the day I discovered she'd emptied my business accounts, he told me one afternoon. $400,000 meant for employee payroll. She had a gambling problem I'd been trying to help her with. When I found out about the theft and started calling the police, she picked you up from school and disappeared. Somehow I believed him. It made more sense than anything Mom had been telling me for years. Why didn't you have her arrested? I asked. If I did, she said she'd take you down with her, and that scared me. Dad started tearing up on camera, but all I could think of was, what now? One day after school, Mom smiled and introduced me to a man with tattoos. This is the kid? He asked in a raspy voice. Yes, say hi to your Uncle Tony. He's visiting all the way from Vegas. I stared at him, frozen. Something about the sharp suit, Cuban cigar, and brass knuckles made my body too weak to say hello. Now go do your homework upstairs. Mom sent me away. I sat upstairs, peeking at them from an angle on the stairs where they couldn't see me. I watched them set up cards, pour drinks, laughing. Angeline, I still can't believe you pulled off that $400,000 score from your husband, Tony said. Mom giggled. Easiest money I ever stole. He was too trusting. That was legendary. Cleaned out his whole construction business, then vanished with the kid. Brilliant. Well, I learned from the best. Besides, I knew he couldn't do anything. Not if he wanted to see his son again. My stomach twisted out of guilt and anger. For 8 years, we'd been on the run. 8 years I hated him. And here was Mom bragging about destroying his entire life like it was an accomplishment. Now she's still gambling. After everything she'd put us through to satisfy her addiction. I pulled out my phone and texted Dad's emergency number, trembling and furious. Need help. Moments later, call 911. On my way. When I looked up, Mom was staring down at me with a scary grin. Since when did you turn into such a rule breaker? She grabbed me by the collar, dragging me down the stairs while I screamed. Here, take him. It's my loss. Here's your prize. Tony grinned, placing his hand on my chin, turning my face side to side. He'll stay alive until his pretty face is no longer attractive. I squeezed my eyes shut, yelled for my dad. This is the police. We have you surrounded. Come out with your hands above your head slowly. The police burst through the door. Tony tried to run but got tackled immediately. Mom was screaming, trying to grab me, but an officer held her back. Then I saw him, Dad, standing in the doorway with FBI agents. No, you shouldn't be here. How did you find us? Mom shrieked. Ma'am, you're under arrest for kidnapping, theft, evading law enforcement, the FBI agent said, pulling out handcuffs. Kidnapping? He's my son. Dad walked over to me slowly, like I might disappear if he moved too fast, then pulled me in a long-awaited hug. My boy, he cried out. No, she screamed as they put her in the police car. Don't listen to him. He's lying. Funny enough, she was telling the truth. It just took another 12 years before I figured out the whole truth.